This has been a long-awaited ordeal. So it's been 6 months since I've last cut my hair. I basically chopped it off to my chin. This is how my hair basically started. I cut my hair February 13th. Did want to make that a point that I did want to film exactly 6 months from that day. And today is August 13th. As of filming this video, we're in November now, even though I filmed this in August. I wasn't able to get this out as soon as possible that I wanted to. I wanted this out earlier than that, but here we are. It's still relevant. Everything I do, I still do now. So let's continue into the video. Take what I say with a grain of salt. I know everybody's hair is completely different. Everybody's like scalp health is completely different. Everybody's genetics are completely different. Although I will say that you can't necessarily control every single, piece of your hair, strand of your hair, and there might be a little breakage. Like here, the most important thing was finding and learning what hair products were going to work best for my hair, what helps clean my hair and my scalp, what helps condition my hair, what has helped protect my hair in the meantime, and what has helped grow it or just further the growth. In my opinion, you can't really fast forward the process of hair growth, but I found that there were certain things I was doing that really did help. I feel like in addition to letting it grow out, I wanted to learn like what my scalp type was. Hair growth averagely is mostly 1/4 inch a month, give or take. Some people, they grow less than that a month, and then some people grow more than that a month. That seems unheard of, but again, I like look back at photos from like a month ago, 2 months ago, 3 months ago, 4 months ago. I didn't notice that my hair was that short. I found the most important part was overall a consistent routine that you can stick to, but overall patience is key. On top of the consistency, it's the patience, and I know that could be said in everything in life. Like you have to be patient with the hair growth process, and it's not just the hair growth process in general, but keeping your hair as healthy as possible with the hair you have as of right now. What has helped is like decreasing that breakage process, preventing any type of damage. The 3 parts I'm covering in this video is the preventative hair steps, the treatment hair steps, and the hair growth hair steps. These are the steps of what has helped keep my hair growing and also keep the integrity and the hair that I do have as of right now intact. The first part is preventative steps for my hair. For one, what we just covered is that I cut off the existing damage. I had a lot of damage to my hair. Again, not going to repeat myself, but that could be different for you. You might only need a trim. You would probably have someone assess your hair and see like what you need to get rid of before you can like basically start that process of growing your hair out, making your hair more healthy. I cut my hair myself, but obviously I would go to a professional, please. Unless you can take that risk, I don't suggest it. And speaking of the shedding, again, I know that's normal, but I decreased the hair brushing that I was doing. I think I was over brushing my hair, was almost encouraging my hair to follow a lot faster, and I was just trying to like decrease that process. I would rather have them fall out naturally if it happens, but I just don't need to be like over brushing my hair, so I limit that to once in the morning, go through it a couple times. Granted, could be different for everyone. Again, speaking from personal experience, this is just what has helped me. I will do in the morning and then at night, and then throughout the day I'll just like finger comb my hair. And obviously brushing, combing, or finger combing your hair, just like start at the bottom and work your way up. You might need to put in product for that, but that is in another section. And also it has helped give my hair a break from having to be messed with. Number 3, I was able to make a hair washing schedule, because I know that there was trends going on that you just like hair train, which I understand the hair training, but I think it's a psychological hair training instead of like a physical hair training, but that's just my own belief. I don't know. I wash my hair 3 times a week. I could probably wash my hair every single day if I wanted to, but I just do it 3 times a week because I find that to be the most realistic for me. That might be different for you, but I also was tracking how much hair was falling out in the shower. If you feel like it's more than usual, I would definitely like compare how much is the average, the average amount hair would fall out of your scalp when you're washing it, or you're in the shower, your hair is getting wet, and it's gonna depend on how long you haven't brushed your hair out or you haven't washed your hair. Like if I go days without washing my hair, more hair is gonna fall out for me. So it really just depends. Again, I would definitely talk to a professional about that. Again, like a doctor, dermatologist, someone who is more qualified to talk about hair health and how genetics play a role, and that there might be like certain conditions that do attribute to hair loss or that that do delay hair growth. So it's definitely different. I know it's different for everyone. Number 4, I was intentionally sectioning out my hair, and that applies to like so many things in my hair care routine. This was so relevant when it came to when I was using products. I was evenly sectioning out my hair. My hair sectioning might be a little bit less complicated because I don't have a lot of hair, so you might have to section out like 6 different times. I only have to section out my hair maybe three sections or 2 sections, maybe just here. I find that was really helpful to be able to evenly coat my hair whenever I was washing it, conditioning it, any masks, any other hair product I was doing, oils, anything, just sectioning out my hair. Anytime I was brushing my hair as well, obviously being careful when you're brushing your hair. Anytime I was styling my hair, if I was blow drying it, anything of like a heat styling, definitely would be sectioning that out as well. And again, on top of that, washing my hair, I made sure I was thoroughly sectioning out my hair when I was washing it. Number 5 is that I have been doing loose hairstyles majority of the time. Whether I leave my hair down, or I have it in a low ponytail, or I have it in a hair clip. Any of these little hair clips, all depends. These really did help. I stopped using regular hair ties, and anything that was too tight, any tight hairstyles, I just stopped doing. I couldn't do it anymore. You don't want to give yourself like a tension alopecia, which again, talk to a doctor about that, but it can happen. Traction and tension can happen when you're doing tight hairstyles. Your hair can't handle it. If I wasn't using any clips, I was using like a satin hair tie, hair scrunchie is my go-to, or you could use like a nylon hair tie if you don't like the big scrunchy look. It's a lot more gentle on the hair. Sometimes you just don't want like a bulky hair clip or hair tie in your hair. So number 6 is that I reduced heat styling. Genuinely, I think I gave up straightening my hair and curling my hair and waving my hair. I have all the hair heat styling tools that I used to use a lot. I'm definitely open to doing it on like special occasions, but with my hair being as short as it is and wanting to keep it intact, I don't find it to be worth doing that. So I haven't done that. But what I have been doing is every time I do wash my hair, I do end up blow drying it. But because I do wash my hair at night, I don't want to go to sleep or lay down with wet hair. So I do end up blow drying like 30% of my damp hair. I let my hair kind of air dry and then blow dry it, but like would be like my only exception to the heat styling. This is a big one. I don't think I have to mention this, but number 7, I stopped bleaching and coloring, dyeing my hair. No processing of the hair in that way. I just can't do it anymore. I would love for my hair to do that. I think if I invested in that, I could do that, but I can't personally, monetarily, and just like mentally, I just can't. So I have stopped all bleaching and hair coloring, and I think that has made a really big difference on like keeping my hair from breaking off. And I know that there's safer ways to do it when you see a professional, obviously, but for me, that's just what I've been doing, that I just stopped doing that altogether, and it's really helped. I think we were on number 8, my sleeping routine for my hair. A loose hairstyle, so that could be a satin scrunchie. You could use like a satin or silk pillowcase. You could use like a hair wrap. You could wrap your hair in, or just making sure that it's either in a loose hairstyle. That could be like a low braid, especially if your hair is a little longer. You could do it into 2 if it's thicker. I just find that I wasn't taking care of my hair when I was sleeping, and that's like 6 to 8 hours of the day that you're sleeping, and like anything can happen, especially if you have like certain pillowcases that could be more rough on your hair. I would definitely take that into consideration, but that's what has helped me. Number 9, how I will safely dry my hair. Not just like a blow dry routine, but also when I'm like literally still in the shower, my hair's soaking wet, I will take my hands and like slowly take out the excess water before I do anything else. I don't rub my hair together. I don't like, roughly, wring it out at all. That's another thing that I don't think I was as consistent on, was like being able to just protect my hair when it was at the most fragile state. And my hair being so damaged as it was, I think it just exacerbated it. It definitely like made it worse. I would either use like a microfiber towel to put my hair in after I've like taken out all the water, or I'll use like a t-shirt and use that. For right now, I've been using a t-shirt. I do have like a microfiber towel. Either of the two I think has helped. I just like keep my hair really low and just kind of like flip it up and then just put it over, like not doing it too high, and making sure it's not tight on my head when it is wet, because you don't want it to like twist it up and like roll it around where it's like super tight, because also cause breakage. But if you feel like it's falling off, I do take like a clip sometimes if I feel like I need it, and just letting it like kind of sit there until I feel like most of the water is gone. And that's where I go in and like blow dry my hair. And also like if I feel like I need to go through all the hair, I do take the wide tooth comb. This isn't really like a full wide tooth comb, and run it through starting from the bottom and work my way up. So obviously in sections like I mentioned earlier, but I try to avoid brushing or combing my hair when my hair is wet, so that's another thing. Something I used to do is I used to use perfume and just put it everywhere, and like it was way too close that I think a lot of the excess of the spray from the perfume would get on my hair. I don't do that anymore. I make sure I'm not pointing it in the direction of my hair. It wasn't like I was purposely trying to get it on my hair, but I think either spray it into the air and walk into it, or you know, just make sure you're not aiming it in that area. But that's just like a bonus point. I'm sure that's like probably common sense, but sometimes when you're on the go and you're in a rush, sometimes I would forget. So I think that's something I definitely will remember more often than not. I want to say that's like the overall consensus that I do remember in my preventative steps, and that's like to avoid the over shedding, the over damage and over breakage. So the second part to this that I have been following is my treatment steps that I have found to work really well with my hair. Certain types of hair products that have really helped my hair. Part 2 of the hair treatment steps. So number 1 is I started using enough product. I don't think I used a whole lot of product, and it has a lot to do with how I was like sectioning my hair or lack thereof. And by sectioning my hair, I'm making sure I coat everything like I was saying, but I think that kind of went into me using the product and making sure I use enough of the products. So that could be like I'm using enough shampoo, I'm using enough conditioner, I'm using enough leave-in conditioner, heat protectant, hair oil, serum, scalp serum. I mean, literally any type of hair product I don't think I was using enough of, and so it would only kind of be effective on like certain parts of my hair, and then the other parts it wasn't as conditioned or wasn't as clean depending on like what it was. But I think that was something I didn't really do a good job of that, following that. So that's just one thing I have been trying to remember is using enough product. Number 2, daily use of hair serum or / oil. This is really going to depend on your hair and how thick your hair is. So you might only need 1 drop of hair serum, 1 drop of hair oil, or you might need 4 drops of it. It really depends. And I know hair oil is a lot thicker than hair serum, or even like a hair mist that is kind of very similar to that. Personally, will take some daily and put it on the ends of my hair, and I make sure I rub it between my fingers, and I just coat the hair running it through daily. That either gets transferred off or absorbed throughout the day or the nighttime, so I find that just putting that on daily, not too much. You don't want your hair to be like overly coated in product, so it's like kind of finding that like balancing, how much is too much and how little is too little. So my third treatment step for keeping my hair healthy and intact is using a weekly hair mask or deep condition. You use either twice a week or once a week. It's just basically a thicker conditioner, but I find having that added into my weekly hair routine, I find really elevates my hair. I don't know if that's just like psychologically, but for me, I just find that it does tend to be a little bit softer throughout the week when I do have it in, and I do schedule that around the time that I'm not washing my hair for longer. Number 4 in my treatment steps is never, ever skipping the leave-in conditioner or the heat protectant after I have washed my hair. I will never skip that step ever again. I used to be that person to skip the leave-in conditioner or the heat protectant. Mostly the heat protectant, I used to skip that. I was like, oh no, it doesn't do anything. Yeah, that was a bad idea. I used to just take the heat, you know, and just put it on my hair without putting anything on it. Yeah, don't do that. Please don't do that. That's horrible for your hair. I will for sure, after my hair is basically damp, it's not super, you know, soaked with water and everything, I will put leave-in conditioner on my hair, and then the last thing I do is I will put the heat protectant on. I know that there are some that are combined for that type of hair product, but I like to do both. Depends on the hair product that I'm using, but especially when you're putting, you know, any type of heat styling on on your hair. Even after you wash your hair, you definitely want to leave in conditioner. It is something I will never skip again. It is important. Number 5, the last one is learning the ingredients that I find has helped my hair. So that could be like the dimethicone or dimethicone. I'm not a chemist. I'm not a trichologist. I'm not a cosmetologist. I'm literally not even a dermatologist, doctor. I'm not an expert, but that has helped my hair. Citric acid has helped my hair. All these certain types of oils have helped my hair. Like the coconut oil has really helped my hair, because I know that has gotten a really bad rap of that's not really good for your hair, or the sulfates and everything, and how that is, you know, the silicones or sulfates are really bad for your hair. But I've learned that it just doesn't seem like that's the case for me. For me, at least personally, I know that's like different for everyone. Like it might react one way to one person than the other, but for me it really has helped. And like learning those ingredients and where they're placed like on the bottle. So if they're at the top of the bottle, I know that's like more used, and like what sodium lauryl sulfate is and everything, and like the proteins and everything, and like how it works. I don't remember all the technicalities, but I like learning about it, and I think it helps with like trying to educate myself on like what will help work well with my hair. And I honestly think it has made a difference. So those are like my top 5. I didn't mention this, but I will use some type of bond repair, which that also I think helps in the routine. And I usually will pair that with the day that I do use my hair mask. I will use that after I shampoo my hair, even though you're supposed to pre-shampoo. I think you're supposed to use it pre-shampoo, but you know, if I have so much product in it, I just wash my hair out. So sometimes I find that's another thing I do add into the mix that I used to never do. Again, I'm gonna go through that again. So using enough product, daily use of either a hair oil, a hair serum on the ends of my hair, using a weekly mask, definitely double cleansing my hair, using some type of clarifying shampoo at least twice a week or once a week, not skipping leave-in conditioner or heat protectant, learning specific hair ingredients and why they are actually good for your hair or not good for your hair, and why like bonding agents have helped my hair and all the patented ingredients have helped my hair. That has really helped me learning about that. The third category that I am going to go into is, and finally part 3, the hair growth steps. I'm only planning to trim my hair when I feel like I see visible split ends. I am not trimming my hair for just any reason. Like trim your hair as needed. That could be like every month, that could be every 6 months, it could be once a year. It really just depends on, do you see more visible split ends? Is your hair thinning at the ends? And not just because of the density of your hair or the layers in your hair, because with my hair being low density but also having the layers, that really made it seem like my hair needed to be trimmed more often than not, and that just wasn't helping my hair growth, obviously, because I was taking more of the length and the ends off. With my hair being all one length, I can really track on like when I need to have my hair trimmed. For right now, I haven't, and it's been 6 months. Number 2 for the hair growth steps is the scalp products that I've been using. I know is again another complicated subject on scalp products and scalp serums and what has helped, what doesn't help, what is more effective than others. But there have been studies, again, not an expert, what I've read is that like caffeine scalp products have really helped people. I find that I can do it, and you can leave it in for, you know, the X amount of time that you think you can. I either do it 30 minutes or to 3 hours, really just depends on how long I want to leave it in. I will definitely wash that out and continue with my hair care routine. But that's another thing that I think has helped, is like really just getting that on the scalp and really not neglecting my scalp. That's like a really big thing. I think sometimes like I'll lay and like let the blood rush to my head and like massage my scalp, and is it gonna like speed up the hair growth process? Probably not. But I think I didn't do that a whole lot before, and I kind of like always would forget, and I would only do it once in a while. And for something to actually work, you kind of have to do it consistently. So that's another thing. Number 4, but this is again what has helped me, is my diet and my hydration. I have found, you know, getting more vitamins in and hydrating a lot more has not hurt my hair process. I think it definitely has helped in that way. I think having the nutrients and not being dehydrated, yeah, it definitely helps in that case. And I think it has paired well with growing my hair out. I don't think it hurts. Again, That's different for everyone. Another thing, and that's number 4, been trying to get more sleep and having a sleeping schedule, and obviously like reducing stress that obviously can limit or decrease, delay your hair growth in some ways. And that's a couple things that I've been trying to implement as much as I can. And also just having like exercise implemented in my routine. That can be modified. Everybody, you know, it's going to be different for everybody. There's modified ways to do that, but that's what's helped me continue my hair growth process, because obviously everything on the inside is what is reflected on the outside. And for my hair, at least, when I wasn't eating well, I wasn't sleeping well, that didn't help my situation, and I think that's why my hair was breaking off even more, on top of just damaging my hair from the bleach and the heat and everything else. With the hair that I was bleaching, dyeing, and putting heat on and doing tight hairstyles, I just definitely think that didn't help in that situation. Bonus information, I haven't tried this personally myself, but I have done a little bit of research and looked into it. Stuff I haven't really done myself, but I have looked into, and I almost do want to go into maybe trying it out. The near infrared light therapy. I'm probably saying that really wrong. I don't know how to, should have that in front of me. I have heard that can be really good. People have done it like as a scalp treatment, and that seems really interesting. I haven't done that. I don't have anything to do that. So that's something to look into if you're trying to see if you want to try to grow your hair, other than obviously, again, looking to see if you can talk to a doctor or dermatologist. Derma rolling is another thing a lot of people do, especially when they're oiling their scalp. They do derma rolling. I haven't done that myself, so I don't really know too much about it or have done it, so I don't really have experience on that. Or just trying some type of minoxidil. Again, that's like a prescription. I think you can get it over the counter. I know that's something where the hair growth, you almost have to take it as long as you want that hair growth to stay. That's what I've learned, but those are some things to consider as well, but I just haven't done it personally. But those are interesting information. I find that the brand of the hair product doesn't matter all too much to me. It's how you're using it, why you're using it, how much you're using it for, and the consistency of how long you've been using it. I just think you can still get a very similar result regardless of what brand it is. Granted, I know there are exceptions. There's certain patented ingredients or specific ingredients that aren't in certain hair care products than others, so that obviously take that with what you will. You can still do a hair care routine without having it be super expensive if that's a concern for you, or you just don't like a particular brand and you want to go for a different one. There's so many similar products that can do the same thing that you can definitely find. There has been such a big difference, and I think all these steps and routines and consistency that I have taken to do has really helped my hair. But yeah, let me know down below if there's anything that you have tried that has really worked well for you that I haven't mentioned, or do you have a similar hair type to mine? Because I feel like these steps might work well for you, but I also I'm not entirely sure. It might not. I like to find people that have similar hair types, and usually their routines might work well. So if you have a different hair type, it might be different. But let me know down below if you've tried any of this. Has it worked well for you? Do you have any other ideas or tips? And if there's anything that I've mentioned that you are gonna try, let me know. I want to know.
Wasn't able to mention in this video, but there were a lot of things I was researching myself. A lot of it was trial and error. This is a lot of things that I had to just try on my own to see what worked and what didn't. A number of people on this platform and other platforms that do talk about this in great depth, the way that they're able to talk about this definitely helps trying to figure out your own journey. And I would love to mention those, but I don't want to butcher their names. I'm really bad at pronunciation of people's names, so I am going to list a handful of people down below. With everything that I talk about today, I'm definitely going to put in a list, and the YouTubers that I do love watching their videos and seeing what they're trying and what they're doing and the products they use. I didn't get to go into a product list today. I did do a previous video like that, but I just find that I didn't want to go into that today. Just all the techniques that I'm doing that has helped keep my hair the way it is the last 6 months and so on.
I am hoping to do a continuation on this video 6 months from now as a whole year of growing out my hair, from how how it was from my chin. I'm hoping to comment below on this video once that video is out in 6 months from now, however long it grows, because I want it to get back to my waist length hair. Example A right here. Like, this is what my hair looked like before the disaster took place. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I hope I see you in the next one. Bye.